Hi, I'm Lewis Pullman. Today I'm going to tell you what my diet looks like and how it affects my training. I mean, my philosophy is pretty loose unless I have a job that I'm preparing for, and then it's pretty regimented. I try and get as much protein in as possible, but I also think that you should enjoy life and enjoy the things that you love. If you like beer, you should drink beer, and if you like bread, you should eat bread.
You probably know Lewis Pullman from his killer role as Bob in Top Gun Maverick, or as the Sentry in Marvel's Thunderbolts. In this video, we are pulling back the curtain on something way more down to earth. What this rising star of Hollywood actually eats on a regular day. Forget restrictive diets and perfection. Lewis keeps it real. No strict diets, just listening to his body, staying flexible, and actually enjoying food. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you will have some actionable, surprisingly simple tips to find your own balance between health and enjoying life's pleasures. Which of Lewis's eating habits is too weird or worth stealing? Please write your verdict in the comments. Let us get started. When the cameras stop rolling, these are the foods Lewis consistently eats every day.
My must-have foods are eggs, milk, avocado, and steak, beef. Actually, in any form.
It's not all about what he eats. Here are the foods Lewis consistently avoids to feel his best.
I would say it's pretty slim. I'm not a picky eater. I eat it all. My mom really made me clear the plate. If I have a choice, I'm probably gonna scoot the asparagus to the edge of the plate. It makes your pee smell so weird.
You might be surprised by how simple his go-to breakfast is. Here is what he usually grabs.
Okay, this is my average day. This is my average breakfast. I'm not saying this is what everyone should do. This is just what I do and what I have an appetite for every day. I usually will do 4 eggs, either sunny side up or soft boiled, with 2 pieces of sourdough bread with lots of butter and avocado and maybe some tomatoes in there. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so usually I'll just have so I always have to remind myself to drink a bunch of water. It's never something that intuitionally comes to me when I first wake up, but it really does kind of help move things along.
So what's for lunch? When it comes to lunch, his focus is on meals that power him through without the slump.
Lunch is trickier because I sometimes will skip lunch or have a late lunch and then a light dinner, but usually it's something like chicken or turkey. On my off days, I love burgers, but if I'm prepping for something, burgers are kind of the light at the end of the tunnel for me. I keep those on the horizon. They keep me going. It's the carrot, the dangling carrot that kind of keeps me moving forward. And so something light, I can kind of go overboard with lunch and then have a kind of sagging portion of the day. So I try to avoid that.
His approach to dinner mirrors his whole philosophy. No fuss, no stress, just good, real food that makes him feel great.
Dinner. Yeah, I grew up, my mom was making a lot of very healthy, very conscious decisions when she was feeding us kids. So I have a palate for a lot of different things. Just try and get some greens in, usually roasted chicken, salad with chicken, and I'm not a picky eater, so in that way I just basically try and not do anything too greasy, something that's going to make me feel really groggy when I wake up the next day.
You might think actors are constantly drinking protein shakes, but Lewis's actual go-to for a quick fix might surprise you.
I love a good smoothie. It's hard when you got a busy schedule to get it in, so I love protein bars. They're very limited ingredients. I had 2 of them this morning. That's getting me to where I am right now. I wish I had had my eggs and sourdough and turkey bacon, but didn't have time for it. So smoothies or some sort of meal bar is great.
Beyond whole foods, does Lewis add any supplements to his routine? His answer is refreshingly honest about what's missing from his diet.
I just started taking AG1. I think that there's a lot of minerals that I'm missing in my daily diet. I literally don't eat enough greens, and I don't have enough of a consciously balanced diet. That's been great. It really has been helping my energy. They have not hired me. They're not paying me. I've only been doing it for 2 months, but it's great. And then when I'm prepping for a role, I'll start doing some creatine if the job requires it.
Beyond his daily meals, there's one unique family recipe that holds a special place for Lewis. It is his family's exclusive homemade dessert that you can only get at the Pullman house.
My family's obsessed with fruit because my dad came to LA and was blown away by how many fruit trees there were that were like, there was always something in bloom and there was always something that was like ripe, and they were always kind of just draped over the sidewalk and it seemed like they were begging to be picked. So he kind of like ended up planting a lot of fruit trees. And so there's always very interesting fruits being integrated into our diets and our meals. My dad makes an incredible sapote sorbet. It's almost like a sweet avocado. You don't see them a lot in farmers markets because they brew so easily. And he puts nothing in them. He just de-seeds them, de-peels them, blends them, freezes them, and then puts them through this champion juicer. And it's like, it's some of the best things you can ever have, and you can only have in a Pullman household.
Some say it's a cardinal sin. Louis Pullman, however, is a proud and practical proponent of eating in bed, with one non-negotiable rule.
I have no qualms with eating in bed. Eat in bed as long as you're okay doing a little brush off. I'm not like under covers eating bed. I'm like cross-legged over the covers watching something. Just eat smart.
While he might not call himself a master chef, Louis has absolutely zero modesty about one specific culinary skill: building the perfect sandwich.
I like to cook. I like to cook with my mom because I learn a lot from her. She's a very intuitional chef. And so it's cool to watch her do that and the artistry of that. I'm not as experienced and I don't have the patience. I'm a great sandwich maker also. I make a mean sandwich. Turkey, arugula, avocado, some heirloom tomatoes, maybe some sauteed like farmer's market mushrooms, mayo. I know that's controversial. And like maybe just a thin layer of mustard in there. I hate a dry sandwich more than anything.
Is he a food sharer or a plate protector? Louis opens up about his journey from guarding his plate as a little brother to now willingly sharing with those he loves.
That's hard for me. It took me a long time to learn to share. I'm the youngest kid, and so I'm used to everything getting snagged off of there, so I eat really fast. I'm at a place now where I'm comfortable with it. If it's somebody who I love and who I want to be nourished, I have a lot easier time sharing off my plate.
If you've ever felt guilty for not being a morning workout person, you're in good company. Louis shares the exact time of day he finally finds his motivation.
I wish that I was an early morning workout guy. I admire those people who can do that. I don't get the gumption and the kind of fuel that I need for a workout until probably like after 2 p.m. Or I'm a late nighter after the day's done and then do it. I have no problem falling asleep after. I can pretty much sleep anywhere, anytime.
When it comes to discipline, which is the bigger challenge for him, Louis gets incredibly honest about his impulse control and where he's most likely to lose the battles.
Diet. I can be like an impulsive person, and so it's really just about staying at home and not keeping stuff in the fridge that you're not allowed to eat, because if I go out and people are eating a burger, I'm gonna probably lose that battle. I'm Louis Pullman. Take it all with a grain of salt, but that is what my diet looks like. Thank you guys.